Linktree.
What's up, everybody?
I like that.
What is up, everybody? We're on live, y'all.
Here we go.
We're in the house. It's your girl, Sheila Heartbeat. Bam, bam, wrong side. Bam, bam, bam. Yeah. Who else in the house, y'all?
It is your boy IQ. I am here today.
What you sipping on? Da, 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 da. Look at the drum roll. Look at the drum roll.
This would be a Hennessy lemonade.
Hennessy lemonade. Do you make your own? I'm sorry. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm bringing the energy all the way from the cookout.
I hope y'all heard the applause and drums.
He said all the way from the cookout.
All the way from the cookout.
Yes.
On the east side.
Yes.
Gio. And it's nice to meet you.
All right, y'all.
Oh my goodness.
First of all, Aki, I was asking you, did you make your own drink?
Yes.
You're always drinking up on something.
Raspberry
He's always making up something, and he's always changing. Speaking of which, we're not even gonna address the hair because he's always changing his hair since he want to always come for my hair.
Yes. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was you talking to me?
Hello.
Hello. I'm sorry.
Hello.
Is
Is the other line broken?
braided to the back.
Yeah, it's braided down today, man. Got my warrior braids going on.
Oh, what t-shirt you have on, IQ?
This is my vintage Black Panther t-shirt.
Panther. That's the stuff.
I love his shirt.
Me too.
Love
Oh.
vintage t-shirts.
Shirt.
All right, IQ, you want to tell everybody what we are talking about?
Well, today we are going to honor and talk about the life that was Chadwick Bosman.
Oh man, Black Panther.
Yep.
Oh.
The man, the myth, the mystery.
Yeah. So
I brought one of my most favorite characters, one of my most all-time favorite comic characters to life.
Yeah,
in epic fashion.
When I tell you, he broke a lot of records with that thing. So let's just start at the beginning with him. Y'all okay? We just started. So what I know about him is that he was born 11/29, 1966. Y'all know where he was born, what city and state?
I don't. I'm just sticking with the Scorpio part.
Okay.
We're sticking with the Scorpio part.
All right. So he
No. He's the Sagittarius.
No, he thought he made it right under the Scorpio belt, didn't he?
No,
you might be right. No, he was Sagittarius.
I don't know. But I do know he was born and raised in Anderson, South Carolina. Did y'all know that?
Oh, nope. I did not know that. That is
Anderson.
Weird.
Yeah.
I don't want to say that.
I would have never guessed that.
I would have never guessed that too.
You're from South Carolina. I would have never guessed it.
Yeah.
I've been to Anderson before, and it definitely reeks of a very small town. With it's set way back. So for an iconic figure to come out of a town like that is just an
iconic black figure.
An iconic black figure
to come out of Anderson, South Carolina.
I like his.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he seems like a Southern guy.
That's crazy. I would have never guessed that. He does have a very Southern. He does have a very Southern aura about him.
Right, he does.
But South Carolina, out of all places,
South Carolina. All right.
So I know. So I do know that he studied. Does anyone know where he went to college?
One up for South Carolina.
Howard University. HU.
HBCU. And let's see. What else do I know about him? Okay, what about some of the movies? And we'll get into all this other stuff too.
I think he went to school with Taraji P. Henson.
Oh, did she?
He did.
To Howard too?
They did go to school together.
Okay, well, somebody's popping in on the call. Look at there. Posh in the house.
Oh my, she made it. On vacation and all, she made it.
Vacation and all. We can't hear you, Posh.
I said I'm on my way to the beach. I'm on vacation.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
You see that little beach?
She's still working, and
she's still working. You better do it.
That is dedication.
That's a true team player.
For real. So we're just talking about some things about Chadwick Boseman. who
Oh, y'all already recording.
tragically, I wouldn't say tragically, who died on August 28th from complications of colon cancer. And no one even knew that. Okay, we're going to get into that in just a minute. So he went to Howard, is what we were just saying. And he graduated from Howard, and he studied directing. Did y'all know that? Like he studied.
I did know he had a directorial background.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Let's see what else.
Can we take a moment to appreciate what Howard has produced for our community? Man, Howard has really set the bar high for Black actors and entertainers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Howard is is a really good school, period. I know a few people that went to Howard. Yeah, that is kudos to Howard for bringing up some for real Black people. We appreciate you.
Mm-hmm. Right.
All right, do y'all know any of his movies before the Black Panther? Anybody remember? I'll tell y'all what my favorite one is. But do y'all remember Lincoln Heights? Like I watched Lincoln Heights, but I didn't know that he was in Lincoln Heights.
God, I haven't heard that name in so long. I remember that movie.
The show, rather. So it was a show, but I don't remember what character he played in that show. Like I don't remember. I just remember the family, the husband, wife, and the two daughters, the kids. But I don't remember.
I remember he played in 42, which was shot in the backyard of my hometown, which was, well, it was shot in Macon, but Warner Robins and Macon is close together.
Yeah.
And 42 was an amazing movie. I have yet to watch it, actually, but I need to.
Oh, you haven't seen it? Oh, yeah, you got to catch it.
I haven't seen a lot of movies. Let's be. Because once I sit down in front of the TV, I go to sleep, and I'm just being real.
Like
that's true. I'm like that sometimes too.
Like I remember him from another show, a show that I used to watch called Third Watch, and he had a couple guest appearances on Third Watch. That was the first time I saw him, but I didn't recognize him. I didn't recognize him from Third Watch until I saw him in what was that other movie? Persons Unknown. Persons Unknown. I watched him in Persons Unknown.
Is that a movie? Because
it's a show.
Okay.
It was a limited series. It was a series back in like 2010, 2011, something like that. But Third Watch went off the air in 2004, I think. But back then, I remember his first couple of shots. He was on Third Watch.
He was also. Sorry. Go ahead.
Little known fact. He also was on All My Children a couple times.
Okay, I did not.
Wow.
He was.
Forever, so I wouldn't have known. I have no.
He was on a couple of episodes of All My Children back in the early 2000s too.
We just breaking in all kind of places. He played Jackie Robinson. Did y'all know that?
That's 42.
Jackie Robinson, yes.
Jackie Robinson.
That's 42.
This is my favorite one of all times. Like I'm sorry, not of all time. For real, Black Panther is that one. But do y'all know that? Do y'all remember, or did y'all even see he played Get On Up? He played James Brown.
Yeah.
And Get On Up.
Yeah, I'm talking about that was good.
He did an amazing job with that movie.
Oh, he did.
And I heard that movie was really good.
It really was.
Really good at the box office.
It is good, but like James Brown's personality alone is hard to copy.
Yeah.
So taking on that role as an actor, you have to be one hardcore. Like he had to be an incredible actor to take on that role.
Even just
absolutely.
I'm trying to talk like real. That's what I said. Like it was a whole nother thing.
And then having to talk like him and dance at the same time. It's just,
But he did a phenomenal job in James Brown. That's probably my second movie or play-scene role that he played in. I love that movie from him. He also played Thurgood Marshall.
Yeah.
Wow.
Marshall was good too. Marshall is a good movie.
Marshall. Yeah.
I went to Thurgood Marshall Middle School, so I knew Thurgood Marshall's history, but watching his history play out in this movie made it completely different. Because I had never, they have a couple of documentaries out about it.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
I couldn't bring myself to watch those documentaries, but I did watch Marshall. I have seen Marshall, and it is.
Those documentaries are very emotional.
They are. They are. I have a thing about what I call hate-inducing documentaries.
What are they called?
Hate-inducing documentaries.
Oh, hate-inducing. Oh, okay.
Yeah. like stuff that I don't
go a little further. Like
for me,
inducing.
Exactly. Like for me, growing up the way I grew up, you know, we lived in Gwinnett County for a time, and we dealt with a lot of different nationalities of people living in Gwinnett County. So I used to steer myself away from films that were about slavery, films that were about prohibition, and films that generally showed white people degrading black people or treating them like crap, because I didn't want that animosity. I'm walking around with these people all day, and I'm gonna have that in the back of my head.
Yeah.
So I kind of steered myself away from stuff I felt like was hate inducing. Because you remember me as a kid, I had already had a temper. I ain't need nothing else to put.
Yes, you did, Jesus.
Fire.
Yes,
but it's very interesting that you say that, because like whatever you watch or whatever you listen to on the radio or whatever you read, it definitely does something to your mind.
It does.
And honestly, like it's crazy, because now that I'm able to, because I'm biracial, I'm white and black, and growing up, I was seen as more so black than white. But the thing is that I fell in love with my African American culture more than I did white culture, because to me nowadays, like, white privilege is not a thing for me. Like one thing I do appreciate being of age and being mature enough to understand
mute. But I gotta wear it because I bought it already.
Excuse me. Put your phone on mute.
And I'm 28 years old. Thank you.
Posh, put your phone on mute. We hear your whole conversation. Okay.
Sorry, look, y'all. I just gotta say this. I am in
Jesus.
this store, and y'all was loud. I don't care. I'm all black for it, but y'all know I'm out here in Panama and all these white folks. So soon as he said that, I was walking right past one of them, and they was like, I was like, oh, they trying to get me beat up down
here. You should have told me that.
You know
so
the thing is,
said, what's your name, boy?
You know the thing is that white people are so, and trust me, if we do have white viewers, shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for supporting us. Thank you for supporting the platform, because we have nothing against
allies,
y'all.
bro.
Yeah,
we don't have anything against no type of race,
right.
But one of the things is white privilege is like a thing. It's a luxury in America.
Real.
And the thing is, white people don't want to talk about the subject of race.
Right.
And I go back to say that because watching these films, like the films that Chadwick was in, and going to HBCU and learning more about African American culture, my culture, it was very appreciative, and my mindset changed, and my actions changed. And now, honestly, I can't look at an average Caucasian the same because of white privilege. Like, it's a whole nother subject, but it's like,
that's why we do need to delve into white privilege.
We definitely do need to delve into it, because it's crazy how white people don't see the privilege that they do have. Like, just based off your skin color, you have so many opportunities to advance in America.
They are already 10 steps ahead when they're born. Let's just start there.
Yeah.
So my thing is, just having an iconic figure like Chadwick, it's just amazing that he played these roles to definitely educate and inspire us to learn more about our history and learn more about our culture that came before our time.
Yeah.
Because it's very, very important. I mean, James Brown was very important, and when he was an entertainer, he had to go through a lot. And he
women through a lot too, from my understanding.
You said what?
Women through a lot too. Watching his documentary, he was a lot.
Man.
Was a lot.
He was a rough rolling. He was a rough rolling stone.
He played the role to good. I mean, so let's see. So again, he died on August 28th. Chadwick Bosman did, who is also known, AKA the Black Panther.
So hold on.
Can I ask a question?
Before we get to the Black Panther, has anybody else seen The Five Bloods on Netflix?
I saw a preview, and that one was so good.
Man, that movie. That was his last movie on Netflix, The Five Bloods. Him, what's that other dude name that looked like LeBron?
Just saw that movie.
I can't remember. The dude that looked like LeBron James' daddy. But this movie, The Five Bloods, is on Netflix. You need to see that movie. What is great movie. It's an action movie. Basically an action movie. But they're all old Vietnam vets. They're all old Vietnam vets who served in Vietnam with Chadwick Boseman's character. But Chadwick Boseman's character died in Vietnam. So now, excuse me, I done disconnected myself somewhere.
I got an amazing idea.
Side
note, because
shut up. So now that they all old and PTSD ridden and jacked up, they all go back to Vietnam to try to find his body and bury him, give him a proper burial. But you got to see it. Like his performance in this movie, even with all of these old seasoned actors who have so much under their belt, he's just so composed and centered in this movie. So it's called The Five Bloods. It's on Netflix. You got to see that movie.
Five Bloods.
I'm gonna watch it. I'm going to watch it. I like just watching all these documentaries. It's very emotional, but it's also very it's incredible at the same time. What I was going to actually say is, because we're on the topic of culture and these movies and iconic figures, I feel like we should take the show one day to Selma, and we should do an episode there.
I would be down with that.
I've always wanted to go to Selma.
To where?
Selma.
Oh yeah.
Selma, Alabama.
I think that's a good idea.
I'd be down with that. I think that'd be an awesome road trip and an awesome show.
Yeah.
You know what's so crazy? And speaking of which, Chadwick was a very inspiring actor, and he told amazing stories. And I feel like
y'all hear something? Is that me or y'all?
Some kind of weird feedback.
Okay.
Is that better?
What was that? Did that come out? Somebody escaped? Did you let somebody out? Did you let them out?
No. It was 24K by Bruno Mars. But
yeah.
I feel like when you're in certain places as a creator, as someone who talks as we do, I feel like being in special places at the right time gives the story that you're trying to tell a better feeling. So I'm very, very excited for us to definitely do something from Selma. Don't know what it will be, but also another iconic movie was shot there too.
That'll be that white privilege episode. That's what that is. I'm down. Literally. Heard it that time, but I don't know what it was.
Hold on a second. Let me pause myself and see. That may be.
Ooh.
Because I have some Black Panther stuff going on in the background.
Are you sure no one ran into your garage?
No. Oh my gosh.
Ran in and ran out. Don't let him escape now.
Talking about that one. It's somewhere. It's open somewhere. I don't know where it is.
All right, so with this, his his filmography is he left a heavy legacy behind himself.
He was just
absolutely
getting started.
Absolutely.
Like way
to go though. I just hate that he's.
I don't know if it was finished, but he was in the process of playing Yusake also, who was an African slave who got washed ashore in Asia one time and ended up learning and becoming a samurai. He was the only black samurai to ever exist.
Wow.
And he was in the midst of preparing, either already filming or preparing to film Yusake. And I was so excited for that movie because a lot of people have no idea he even existed. And there are a couple of comics and a couple of hardback novels that tell the story of Yusake. Some of them tell a different story. Like some of them say he was part of a shipwreck. Some of them say he was thrown overboard by his slave captors, but they all end up the same way. He ends up in China, in feudal China. And instead of them enslaving him, they were actually awestruck and kind of mesmerized by him. So they took him in and they trained him. They nursed him back to health, and he became one of the greatest samurais that ever lived. Like hardcore bad. Hardcore bad. Yeah.
So are you saying, do you think that they finished filming that? Was that his last one, or I'm saying
that I hope they finished it.
Oh, okay.
Because that is a story that needs to be told. And if anybody could have brought that character to life, it would have been him.
I heard that they were doing a second part to Black Panther as well.
They are. It's finished.
You think they finished it?
I know for a fact the movie is finished. It was supposed to come out. It was supposed to come out earlier this year, and it was pushed back.
Oh.
Okay.
So it is complete. It is very much complete. So
think about all these powerful movies that has yet to be released in 2020 due to COVID. When they come out, like, things are just going to be like amazing, and I don't blame them for not putting out their work right now, because I think that it's not going to sell like it should, because it doesn't have the
doesn't have the same effect
to do so.
It doesn't have the theater effect either.
Absolutely. The theaters are closed. Like, you can't do movie premieres or nothing. So it destroys the concept of even trying to...
Working. People weren't even... You couldn't go on a movie set. So
that's true. Because they just closed down production on the Batman again because Robert Pattinson tested positive for COVID-19.
Okay.
So... And they're starting to film again, I noticed. But my thing is that if things get worse, what is going to be the next thing? Like, y'all are going to be in the midst of telling stories, and then it's going to be scrapped because you can't do anything because you're going to have to stop production.
Yep.
I don't know how they're going to do it all. But what about...
I don't know, but I can say that the Black Panther 2 is complete.
I'm very excited about that because Black Panther was shot in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Did y'all hear about the old lady that was on that? That was her very first time. Like, she had wanted to act, I think, like all of her life.
All of her life.
And she ended up getting this role and did a great job.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
He lives right here.
So, like, I cannot even believe, like, he was battling colon cancer through all of that filming.
Yeah.
Like, for the past 4 years. The past 4 years, all the way through everything. Through filming, through full production, through traveling for premieres, all this stuff. And he's battling colon cancer. Nobody knew.
Yeah. I mean, being on set, he's probably on set like 12, 13 hours at a day trying to work on film because, I mean, I'm a background actor, so I've been there with the main actors, and it's crazy to see some of the things that they go through because they not only have to spend time on camera trying to get the story together, but they got to rehearse their lines, they got to read their lines, they got to do everything to prepare for that role. And then if the production doesn't like what they see, they're gonna keep on shooting it until they can actually
get it.
Yeah. So my thing is that he was a very courageous man, but a lot of people are asking if he told production that he was sick, would there even be a possibility for him to work?
Probably not. That's probably why he didn't tell anyone even after that, because they probably would have treated him differently, or not even, coddled him, or maybe not him certain roles.
It depends. It depends because each one of these film crews, they have their own medical staff on site. So if that medical staff says that he's incapable of performing, then they won't let him.
But that's
right. They have medical staff on site.
Or if he end up passing, quite not too well. I think this is 4 years. I think that he had been battling it. But depending on where he was or where he were, they could have said that. But he probably, if he didn't tell, he obviously knew the industry. He knew that telling would,
and it probably would have. Probably would have had an adverse effect on his career.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Because once a celebrity or a main figure gets like sick or something, it's like nobody wants to work with them because they fear of them dying or something.
Yeah, incompletion of the project.
But the thing is that Chadwick also taught a bigger message behind that. Like, for me, he persevered through his challenges and weaknesses. He very much was in pain. He was probably preparing mentally, like, my day is coming soon. And that's very hard process. But at the same time, he worked through all of that and made amazing projects that will live far beyond his time. And the thing is, I respect an artist. I respect a creator who makes work that lives beyond their physical presence here on Earth. I feel like when you're a creator or you have some type of influence or power to influence people, you don't just need to do stuff to satisfy now. You need to do stuff to live beyond your time. We're going to be talking about this man in 20, 30, 40 years. And we're going to be telling our children, or I'm sorry, y'all have children, I don't. But I'm going to be telling my children, there was a Chadwick that I knew, and he played amazing roles. And yeah.
He changed everything.
Yeah.
He changed it.
One of the records that I like about Black Panther is that it brought in $25.2 million in the box office his first week. Not only, so I'm reading this part because I wanted to make sure that I got it was.
I put my little $42 in on that.
Yeah, so, me too. So not doubling Deadpool's previous record of 12.7 million, but also becoming the highest grossing previews of a superhero, and I love it. We just respect it so much.
And he's gonna do it again with the second one.
For sure.
How about
dancing up and everything though? I just love how we come. When we come together, we do the thing. Like we do it for real. We come together.
I love the people that was part of the project. It was
Angela Bassett though. She was gorgeous, was beautiful.
Yes. Angela Bassett is a vampire.
She was gorgeous.
She is a vampire.
Right?
Angela Bassett sucks the souls of children to stay young.
She was gorgeous.
I'm
beautiful.
telling you.
Beautiful.
That woman don't age. She is creepy.
She is beautiful.
Y'all just gonna sit here and act like she ain't immortal. Angela Bassett is probably 800 years old.
Oh my God, that's probably why.
And she's a great actress. She's a great actress.
She has to be to live this long. She got to blend in every time she moved to a different country. I'm telling y'all, she is a vampire. Yeah. I think between T'Challa and Okoye was my second favorite character because she was all kinds of badass. She didn't care about none of that.
Yeah.
She came in there and told her own husband she was gonna kill him, and she made it. I'm just saying.
She was bad.
Wow. He said, "You gonna strike me down?" She said, "If you make me." And she meant it too, bro. She had that spear right here.
Yeah,
she meant it, bro. She will put you down, bro.
Yeah, I loved it. We just respect his work so much. Like I said, I think that's all I have as far as that goes on Chadwick Bosman. We just want to make sure that we pay take a moment and pay homage to his work and to his legacy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I feel like this is a great episode. We can wrap this episode because I'm ready for next week's episode.
Yeah, that's right. All right, peace out.
I'm so ready for next week. I'm so ready for next week's episode. You know, I say this, and I say this about y'all all the time. I've never been part of a podcast, and for us to just sit together and talk about amazing stories is just a powerful feeling.
Yeah.
And to talk about powerful,
Huh?
What did you say?
What is he doing? Is he killing himself?
Nah, I was whispering to my live that he been emotional since my hair got longer than his.
Shut up. Okay. I'm not drinking today. But I think maybe I am the most emotional one out of the crew. I'm a Tory, so we harp on our emotions. So the thing is, I'm very passionate about the people that I work with, and I love the art of storytelling.
Yes,
I love talking. I love hearing other people talk. I love hearing different perspectives. And it's just amazing to be a part of a great podcast family.
We just appreciate you being here because we love you more than you love us. Thank you.
I'm gonna tell you a secret. They probably ain't told you yet, but
yes,
you stuck with us.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry. You stuck with us though. I'm sorry. we
All
gonna
right, go ahead and close this episode out. And so we'll see you guys next week. Sheila the Heart.
Yeah. I'm IQ.
And I'm Gio.
All right, peace, y'all. Y'all enjoy. Bye.